The first night, when the shadows began their harvest. The damage did not end with the tremors. It revealed itself slowly as the land stopped pretending it was whole. South of Elioren, where forests once grew thick toward the old caverns, the earth had collapsed inward, not as a crater, not as ruin from above, but as something pulled open from below. Stone curved downward into darkness, layers exposed like bones stripped of flesh. At its center, there was nothing. No water gathered, no debris settled. Rock fell and vanished before it could be heard. The air itself moved toward it, drawn downward in a steady pull, carrying dust, ash, and heat into the depths. They called it the Hollow, and the Hollow did not echo. Those who stood at its edge felt it, pressure behind the eyes, a tightening in the chest. Some claimed they heard breathing far below. Others heard nothing at all, and that frightened them more. The land around it began to fail. Roads cracked, wells ran dry, springs changed their course or disappeared entirely. Water no longer followed the paths it had obeyed for centuries. It moved strangely, as if the world itself had shifted. Fields failed without cause, seeds rotted in the soil, animals refused to graze near the southern slopes, fleeing shadows that did not move. Even the capital was not untouched. Cracks spread through the palace foundations, towers leaned by imperceptible degrees. At night, the ground held heat long after the sun had gone, as if something below still remembered fire. Priests searched for meaning and found none. Scholars searched for measure and found none. And beyond Elioren, the damage spread. In Thornwold, forests began to die from the roots upward. Leaves fell out of season, bark split along unnatural lines. Animals fled north in great numbers, abandoning lands held for generations. The ground itself hardened. When it cracked, dark veins formed, cold, unbreakable. The shamans felt it first, not presence, absence. Far to the west, Vhar-Seluun felt it in the sea. Currents shifted without storm. Tides came too early or not at all. Deep waters collapsed in pressure, destroying structures that had endured for centuries. Creatures of the deep rose to the surface and died. The sea did not name what was happening. It responded to it. Trade faltered. Messengers rode between kingdoms carrying the same truth in different words. The world felt thinner, as if something essential had been taken from it. And still, the Hollow remained, not growing, not closing, waiting. A wound carved into the heart of the kingdom, a reminder that something had risen and taken more than stone. It had taken certainty. The council that followed was not built for unity. It was older than peace. A hall where wars had once ended, not been prevented. 4 doors, 4 kingdoms. Elioren entered first. Elon walked alone. No crown, no guard, only the weight of what he carried. From the north came Thornwold. King Hrothgar bore loss like armor, heavy and unhidden. From the west came Vhar-Seluun. Queen Varen moved like the sea itself, quiet, controlled, listening to something beneath the stone. From Maelis came Elioren, carrying knowledge instead of weapons. They took their places, and for a moment, no one spoke, because all of them already knew. What rose beneath Elioren is no longer contained, Elon said. The words settled heavily. My forests are dying, Hrothgar answered. Name what we face. Elioren did not hesitate. Trafarmum. The name changed the room. The sea had no word for it, only movement, pressure, absence, and that was enough. It had not attacked, it had measured, and now it would return, not to test, to take. The question was no longer what it was, but how to face it. Forces were counted. Elioren would bring 120,000 to the field, more held in reserve. Thornwold would bring 40,000, no more. Vhar-Seluun, 30,000 on land. Its true strength remained in the sea. Maelis would bring 50,000, and something more valuable, knowledge. And with that, something ancient was formed. Not alliance, not empire, survival. The Council of Four Crowns. No banners were raised, no oaths were spoken, but the world had shifted, and far beyond them, something listened. There had always been a place where the maps ended, a blank space where no line had ever been drawn. For generations it had been accepted, not as danger, as limit. That belief did not survive. Days after Elioren fell, the western horizon began to change. The fog that had long rested upon the sea began to rise, not drifting, not spreading, folding inward as if opening. The ocean stilled.
Waves flattened, sound faded. Fishermen fled first. They spoke of pressure, not from below, but from all directions at once, of shadows beneath the surface where nothing had ever lived. And then the fog broke, not torn, opened, and from it something emerged. Figures, tall, thin, undefined, not walking through the mist, but wearing it. They stepped onto the surface of the sea and did not sink. They did not speak. They did not look back. They moved inland. More followed, columns forming, advancing, not destroying, not conquering, passing through the world, altering it as they moved. Everything they touched remained, but changed, flattened, weakened, remembered. All of them moved toward one place, the Dark Expanse. And when the message reached Elioren, the truth could no longer be softened. This was not an invasion, it was a gathering. And the world beyond the maps had never been empty. It had been waiting. The lines were drawn quickly, not at the wound, but far from it, because the land near the expanse could no longer be trusted. Stone shifted, ground failed, umbrails surfaced like sickness beneath the soil. "We do not defend the scar," said Valkyrius. "We defend what remains." Fortifications rose, not to hold forever, but to delay, to watch, to survive. Thornwold abandoned its southern lands, villages dismantled, fields burned, nothing left behind. The forest knows when to thin itself, their king said, and so they did. Vhar-Seluun watched the currents. They did not spread, they converged. Everything moved toward the same point, and that was what frightened them most, because it was not expanding, it was preparing. And somewhere beneath it all, something was beginning to recognize the world above it, because the world had answered once, and soon it would be asked again.